would say. If you're looking at like, I would think like Terrorblade, something along those lines, where you're like longer ranged heroes. We've seen a couple times. TA maybe a couple times, but yeah, to pick it up kind of almost blind, kind of interesting. I mean, it's I was actually trying to remember what the changes were here, so let me just check
crazy.
here. Yeah, so he is Radiant side, so he'll have the normal abilities, as they're now called, on his hero, and the alternate abilities on the clone.
Goodbye, Katomi. Oh my god. Yep.
Because that's a thing.
Right, exactly. I don't know if you've seen it, as we did get that first blood there onto the lovely techies, but that magnetic field one is nuts. I want to see what he goes for, because there's been like a couple of different builds that I've spotted. There's like obviously Midas, but then some people are going bots, some people are going Maelstrom, some people are going like Manta, because it gives the bonus damage now also to your Manta illusions. So
right.
I don't know. It's a very interesting sort of way. I'm gonna do a little bit of research, see if I can figure out how BZM plays it. But then the PL
it's so
in response,
weird, dude.
I know, it's very strange. What do you think about the PL?
Classic counter pick. Also one of Watson's best heroes, as you can see up top there. Grandmaster Phantom Lancer. That's what you want to see when it comes to the Phantom Lancer players, because you want all that experience with the juking of the illusions, knowing the proper matchups, and knowing when you want to get in there and bully. And there's pretty much nothing that Arc Warden has that intimidates a Phantom Lancer. You don't care about the magnetic field. Don't really care about the flux. You don't care about spark wraiths and stuff. You're just jumping and dodging and doing your thing. So there's no way that this should feel like problems for you will be coming from the Arc Warden, which is a great sign in a carry-to-carry matchup.
Love to see that.
Well, I guess I'm saying carry-to-carry. I know BZM's the mid, but you know how it works with the Arc Warden.
I mean,
he's the
real
big dog.
Carry. He's the real carry. No, I hear you. So I'm looking. It looks like he's played some games on his Smurf recently, BZM, and then a couple also just on his main account. What am I talking about? Pro players don't have Smurfs. That's not a real thing. But in a lot of these, it's looking like it's Manta is some part of it. In one game, he went for a Maelstrom. In one game, he went for Hand of Midas, Travels, Manta, and then back for Hex. So a lot of activatables, obviously, you're going to be wanting to use. But I definitely feel like this is going to be a super strong timing, and we'll see if he's able to get out of the laning stage, facing up against the Ember.
Yeah, the one thing I keep hearing from people is like, why didn't Arc Warden become a universal hero? He seems like he'd be a universal hero. It's like, yeah, because this hero would be so insanely broken. If you would, I don't even know what you would have to do to his stats if you made this guy universal. Like, thank goodness he can't abuse the like activatable items even further. Like, imagine if this guy's Scythe also just gave him a bajillion damage. We'd be in trouble. So, thankfully, he's staying as Agi for now.
Right. His stat gain is around the levels of Void Spirit at the moment. So you just think about how broken that hero is for damage and what that would do to him. Absolutely. So another round of pauses to start this game off. It does look like Entity have the ward down early, so they're going to spot OG if they come on over to contest, which right now it's looking like they're gonna. Do they find? DM runs into Watson. Ready for some chase. They have two blood grenades on Taiga. Throws one onto Fishman. BZM shows back up too. Spams out some damage. Taiga turns, wants to get the kill. They get it. First blood going the way of BZM. Oh, excuse me. Is that Rue? No. What the hell? No, it wasn't. It was earlier. Katomi died. We had a pause for so long I forgot.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
It's like, wait, first blood didn't make that sound. What happened?
Oh my. Alrighty. Well, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Lanes looking as one would expect. Nothing's too mixed up here. Mr. Darkseer player, you came in game one, you said, and I quote, well, okay, I'm not quoting because I'm not reading right now, but it was something along the lines of, Toby's going to pick Darkseer. I think you said lose.
Yes. Yeah, I think that, yeah. That's mainly because I feel like OG has found their footing a little bit more. And as a team, it feels like they're playing a little bit better right now. But also just because when I'm looking at this matchup, Bloodseeker, ooh, it feels bad playing against. He just constantly denies out all your creeps. As Stormstorm is taking a beating from BZM. Creep wave all over that Arc Warden. But yeah, you get a ton of creep denies. Bloodseeker has a really good time.
He's just regenerating versus the Ion Shell, no cares. Up top, there's a lot of trades going on, which is always favorable for a Bloodseeker. And yeah, they're going to win it out there as Taiga gets a kill. He's 1-1 and 2 now to start this one out. It's going to help Yuragi apply some pressure down there.
Hey, sort of playing a different role this time. Last game, he was basically just a mana battery for Storm and Medusa. This game on the Disruptor, looking to have a bit of a better way of it. But we'll see how this one goes. Out of the lanes already, they're getting some good harassment there onto Watson. Having found the kill 2 times onto Fishman, we'll see if they can reestablish things a little bit better here for Entity.
I'm just looking at this Arc Warden change, just thinking things like, man, I feel like Radiant just feels so much nicer. Like,
yeah,
especially the Spark Wraith, because like you're probably going to get the activation, because he's Radiant side, he gets the activation after just 1 second instead of 2 seconds, which is more useful in lane, one would think.
Right.
Sorry, after 2 seconds, but not 1 second, which is fine because they can't move away from you in the lane anyway. You're planning on range creeps, but that way you get the bonus damage, which is really important. Yuragi grabs another kill down there.
Yeah, a nice one. They're able to just sort of burn down with the Phoenix. Already level 3 on Chu, and Toby kind of stuck in an awkward spot, while BZM, at least so far, 15-4 versus the 14-1. He's having a good start to this. He's going to go on over to the Water Rune, pill that one up for himself.
Yeah, has his bottle already too, so easy, and then even throws a Spark Wraith in the river just to make Stormer walk around and be a bit of a nuisance there. At bottom, Toby's getting low here as he trades with Chu.
Nice to get the Lotus passed over. But yeah, feeling pretty bad. Still level 2.
Now, here's the question I have. Do you think the Entity need to push this game? Because that's been the problem, right? We felt like they needed pressure, and they're having a hard time doing it. So even when they lose the laning stage, they still feel pressure to run to their opponent. And so OG just go Arc Warden. But because of the PL, at least in my opinion, I think they're okay to sit back a little bit.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think that's the way that Entity has looked the most comfortable, is when it feels like they're not under pressure to make moves. And to be honest with you, just the fact that they're not playing against Medusa, I feel much better about their chances, although this one's pretty rough right now. Toby getting chased down, Yuragi on a killing spree, and now the turn on a Katomi wants to bring down Chu, will get him. But this Bloodseeker, large and in charge, moves in. Is it going to be enough? Well, Watson also dies. OG are just taking kill after kill. This is a really rough start for Entity.
It's really bad. We can talk about sitting back and stuff. That only really applies if the game is somewhat even heading into the mid game, because there's a thought here that OG might be snowballing out of control and able to pressure a lot here. You look Bloodseeker, Batrider, 2 cores that don't do a great job of pressuring objectives all too well, but Arc Warden, this hero can certainly make up for it. You know, he can just show up, bring his bud, start pressuring wherever he wants to. As Toby again pressure down bottom.
This is a disaster of the highest order.
They got mid though.
All right, let me tell you something, Trent.
Okay, all right. Tell me a little tale.
He is level 3. He doesn't have Surge. He is going to be walking back to lane on this Darkseer. His game is over. It's stacking time. Katomi knows what's up. He's immediately going to stack the jungle. Holy moly. That bottom is a disaster.
All right, that might be true, but he did TP mid and kill BZM. So that's
Fair.
A plus, right?
True. Helpful. Needed. And
dive mid.
Looking for a return. Oh, Stormer, you're in some trouble, buddy. That glimpse is ready to go, and they're even going to save it. Oh, wow. All right, Stormer dead, and he can't really safely TP back in for fear of glimpse. Has to be super careful on that.
Yeah, those denies adding up there, putting him low on the XP. And look at Fishman. My goodness, he almost died.
Fishman.
Yeah, you better run.
Fishman. Get away, Fishman. He goes down. The clone, the Tempest. The Tempest is too strong.
Yo,
and the glimpse away. Oh, God. Oh, Entity. What is happening? As Watson is getting dove underneath. He has Doppelganger still, but DM so strong. Oh, jukes him out, though. Needed. Oh, my God. Something goes right. And it's that Watson doesn't die. Wow.
Hit him with the tips. All right, he's getting back in the game.
Yeah. Man, 40 and 11. As we're going to take a look at the replay here of how this ended up happening, the jump in. Need to find some highlights for Entity because me, oh my, oh man, is it a rough one as we come back in the world.
Don't bring back to the real game. Stay on the replay.
Toby has gone away yet again.
Oof.
Oh
Yikes.
my god, they're going to steal their wisdom runes. Oh my god, they're going to steal their wisdom runes.
Yeah, it's gone. Maybe Fishman, maybe you know, click.
Try make it stop.
Wait, hold.
Stop.
Oh no, there's no hope.
Make it stop. There's nothing here. Oh god. Taiga takes this over.
Takes the Watcher.
And your little Watcher too. Although Taiga, does he get denied? No. Katomi comes on in. They manage to find that kill. A 3K gold lead at 7.5 minutes.
Hey, that's a lot of XP. 180 XP for Toby.
True.
Getting back in there. 3 levels in the Iron Shell now.
Yeah, much needed. And like we talked about, there are some stacks being built. So that's maybe a way that they can get back into this. But yeah, Stormer, I mean, it's not just the offlane that has problems here. It's also the Ember.
Yeah, he is leading for their team, but he's also the one who's going to have to set up a lot of this game. But they have the Lawnmower combo. The Iron Shell plus Flame Guard. It's a lot of damage. There's no early Dispel for them, so that's pretty solid. Oh, chew, look at that damage. Same time, though. Arc Warden spells coming out.
Denies out that regen. Fishman turned upon BZM there. Finds the Pugna. Brings him down. Stormer tries to get away as Watson dies to Yuragi. The rotation comes in. Everywhere you look, Entity is dying. BZM, does he go out too far? Gets his Midas delivered. Chu is still nearby. Doesn't have that much left in the tank, but does have a blood grenade. That might be enough. Remnants out. Manages to back away. Katomi looks for it. The Fairy Fire survives. Fishman runs in, but the body blocks are there. The dive comes through. They miss on the bomb. 14-4. It is all come down, crashing on the heads of Entity.
Yeah, and keep in mind that kill when Yuragi went top and killed Watson, they didn't use the lasso for that too. So they are set up. If he wants to farm his way around the gate again, they could go for another kill into Watson if he shows them lane. So I don't think he can go back. I think he now is just like stick to the jungle, which is going to give the free lane over to DM. He's already finished up the Vanguard, working towards some Arcanes, and should be able to just take this tower. He's pinging it down now. Like, we can definitely bring pressure here if you guys want.
Right. I mean, to be honest, though, the way that it's going, I mean, if the laning stage continues, I feel like they're pretty happy with this. They have found so much pressure. DM keeping that tower alive. Fishman comes back in. Shoes wrapping around. Does have Supernova at the ready. While simultaneously, they find the Pugna. Manage to catch him.
Eggs up.
Brings him down.
Oh, he's farming that egg. Nice. Thanks for the stack, guys.
Oh my god.
They run away. He just farms it all.
That was their piggy bank. They got caught in their piggy bank. Yuragi is ganking Watson behind the tier 2 tower. Ruptures an illusion. Good play there to get away from that one by Watson. Again,
it was a bold play. I like the tenacity of going for the early Rupture versus PL in the Mighty Mines.
We have a great taunt here. As BZM, 4 points in Flux. Anybody that steps up too close is just going to get killed.
You know, we talked about all these benefits of PL versus Arc Warden, but they have not encountered each other yet. And by the time they do, there could, for all we know, be a Gleipnir on this Arc Warden, and then maybe it doesn't look so great anymore.
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, it's true. And the thing that I'm really worried about for Entity, too, is not just the fact that, like, you know, they might not meet for a while, PL's not going to have the farm that he needs, but who really does things on this lineup? Like, Toby needs Ember to be having a strong game for him to be able to make plays.
They basically just need Iron Shell plays. They're like their only hope. They just have to do these. And it's painful to do because if you miss out on the kills, like, you're missing out on so much farm, but that's the only play they have right now is Watson being pressured under the tower by DM, but is fighting back a little bit at the same time, though, as you saw. Taiga gets brought down by Kataomi. Kataomi
managed to find that kill with the Flux. Second Flux onto Stormstormer. Fishman moves in, has his ward down, which EZM turns now onto Fishman. The Flux is on him yet again. Root onto Chu. Supernova back up in 1 second. Stormstormer, does he go for the Sleight of Fist is back up? Doesn't quite have the range, and in fact, the slowdown's going to be there. They're throwing stacks of the spirits out too as Yuragi kills Fishman. Everywhere you look, Entity is dying on heroes. It's just...
Yeah, we're talking a lot about BZM's Arc Warden, but I think Yuragi's having the best Bloodseeker game we've seen this season. For across any player. Like, this is just completely out of control. He didn't have an opponent in the lane. There was some purple guy. I don't know what happened. He just kept disappearing in a pool of blood. Now he's just running rampant.
And BZM, Hasterone, chasing Stormstormer. They're just trying to stay near each other to keep the Flux from burning them alive, but it's not going to help. OG firing on all cylinders here in this game 2. They don't want to go to Div 2. They want to send Entity down there instead. My goodness.
OG is just truly the, like, you just never know. You never know what's going to happen when they pop up. So I don't know if they're going to have a great game. I don't know if they're going to have a, you know, a weird draft or something. And this is one of those days where they just show up and they look fantastic. Like, what could have gone better this game?
Yeah, I don't know. Not
Anything? No. Like, every time I look at something, it's just positives for them. They're getting the good trades. It's an 8K lead at 13 minutes. No one can step up to BZM right now. Get out of my face. DM,
and he's
steal in the jungle. Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's all going to come down to Watson to try and make some type of a move. But like we talked about, I mean, that's going to come so late into the game that it might all be over by that point. So Entity playing together with 3, Fishman, Kataomi, Stormstormer. Eyeing up BZM, but this kill is difficult to get. They're bringing in the Darkseer.
Can't even get the bolas. Hits the creeps.
Toby, Static Storm down. Turn their sights to him. Wall is there. Can they kill off BZM? They finally get him. Much needed rotation in, but Yuragi, can he play cleanup? They brought everybody. Actually, wait a minute. If they catch now on Yuragi, he goes down also. Oh, they brought them all. That is exactly what Entity needed. What a huge turnaround.
Oh, man. Even with the defensive Static Storm, that not working out for them right now. And Watson showing up at the perfect timing. They so needed him to just get involved a little bit. It's not ideal. 1,500 gold for Toby. Toby's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude.
He's actually almost caught up to PCM in terms of gold. That is insane.
That's crazy. That's so much return gold and levels. What a win. They waited for the perfect moment on Entity. And the perfect moment was when we started praising and cursing OG, apparently.
That's right.
Sorry about that.
What could go worse for this team on the side of Entity?
Oh, man.
All right. So here's what happened, though. Now that, oh, great, we have a pause to sort it all out. There was no egg available, which is a huge part. Because she was in solid positioning, but without an egg, it wasn't as powerful as it sort of appeared, where he's just sitting behind BZM. And like you just said before, BZM currently has a Midas. Midas, great item, as it helps the scaling and stuff, but his net worth is slightly inflated in that regard. I mean, he has 2 heroes, and his spells are totally ridiculous. But until he upgrades into the Maelstrom and then eventually the Gleipnir, he is still missing out on a little bit of that potential that he's got. And Yuragi went a little YOLO on that one, too.
I will also say that all of the space that they've been able to buy, you know, you saw Stormstormer, Kataomi, Fishman running around together. Toby's been AFK farming.
Yeah.
And he now has Mechanism done along with Pipe. That
He
there is
just
going
finished
to be,
that mech, too.
That there is going to be a window here where there are no aura items on OG. Not a single one. And Entity are going to have 2 huge ones. And they do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that was a 13-minute mech, and he has Pipe, like you said, because of that fight.
Jumps in, finds him. Silence, Stormstormer, living through it. Now finding more. Rupture onto Toby. Tries to back away. Oh, the silence connects. Won't be able to throw down the wall quite quickly enough. Toby goes down. Now Stormstormer able to dodge the stun coming through from the egg, but will eventually be brought down. So OG, they bring numbers, and, well, like you said, Supernova this time gets them the win.
Another unfortunate pause here for Watson, as he's been dealing with some ping issues, it would seem. But OG strike right back, yep. They lose Taiga, or sorry, Chu again, but that's okay. No, it was Taiga, my bad. Yeah, they lost Taiga. They start at the start of the fight, and then Chu gets in there with the egg, so things look a lot better. And another disconnected. Oh, the courier bug. I see it, man. Watson just can't get anything going.
Dude, is it just not gonna, it's just not delivering? I mean, that's pretty bad. If, come on, get to work now, little panda.
I mean, you've heard about the pandas. They have problems in captivity.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's a good try. Yeah, try dragging it over. Nothing, huh?
We'll find out in a second. Does it move? I believe in you, Courier.
If the observer could do it, that would be pretty helpful.
I feel like probably shouldn't be allowed to move items.
Yeah, look, it's going.
You should send it over to the shopkeepers.
Yeah, so.
Dangerous misclick. All right, does he get it? He's trying to move. Okay. Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, those are the old drop and pick up plays there. It's all right. He's playing PL anyway. It's okay. It's like a punishment.
Yeah, it's not an important hero, you know.
I just think you deserve it for playing PL, you know.
Oh, I see. Got it. Yeah, that's fair.
You know, so it only ever happens to the Medusa and PL players.
This is the way that you nerf them. This makes sense.
Trying to annoy people out of picking them.
All right, Entity. They have a very strong timing now with their aura items, Supernova on cooldown. Do they want to try and make a move with it, though?
I think the problem they're going to face is that the other major thing that was lacking for OG when they lost that one fight mid was that they were still working on the Boots of Travel for DM. Like, he has just been AFK farming as well for a very long time. I'm talking about Toby doing it. DM's also been extremely busy. He's got the most CS in the entire game. And with the bots now being available, they shouldn't be outnumbered like that again in a fight, and he should be more prepared to engage and disrupt those things. It makes it harder for Stormstormer to also just like jump right into the middle of the fight like he wants to, because he's just going to get snagged.
No, it's fair. And I think, though, that if you are Entity, it feels like this is kind of is a moment where it'd be good to take one. But now with Supernova being back up, maybe they just feel a little bit safer playing the area control game, which trying to do with the techies, laying down some of those mines, getting more farm on their heroes. Boots of Travel coming out in 1,000 gold per Ember. Oh. Taiga just out of that scan range. They're bringing in heroes, though, and he gets away. Scan turned red right at the end of it.
Oh, they're certainly struggling to put any offensive pressure out from the side of Entity, though, in terms of like actual tower damage or something. Despite having a pug now, Fishman can't just like run up and start blasting this tower. Bit too scary.
And I mean, because of that, so much of the map is free for these supports to just get whatever they want. Chu is farming up a Storm. He's almost level 12.
Ooh, that's very necessary. Huge for the Phoenix players.
Oh, man. Katomi just dying to a Tempest double.
Man, I hate dying to that hero. It's so depressing to watch.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Wow. Okay. Oh, interesting. And Toby buys out his shard. So they're going to have Darkseer shard in this, which is really good for, well, not getting ruptured, but as mech for that. TP's away. Yep, just out of range.
It's like a little trail of breadcrumbs. Where'd he go?
Right. Follow the purple. The purple fart. That's what it is.
It is humongous. It does make, like, this is actually what I always wanted Windrun to do. Was to make like a big slow streak.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, not what you said.
Fishman is going to get brought down there by BZM, who has had such a good game. 10-2-3. and almost has his bots ready too. So they're going to be all over the map.
It should also speed up your allies that are in it. Isn't that what we always wanted from Surge? Instead of like this AoE Surge thing, like your allies should run through that little trail a bit faster. That'd be nice.
Dude, nobody would ever pick Centaur again. It's the only thing that Centaur has on Darkseer right now.
That's okay. That's global. That's different. It's fine.
Okay, that's true. All right, fair enough.
Stormstormer. Oh, got him.
Gets caught and gonna get brought down. DM pairs together with Yuragi for the kill. Entity still not feeling confident. Want to just farm it up. Chew, illusions on him. But this is a level 12 Phoenix with a Solar Crest. Has a lot of armor, and now able to dodge away from that glimpse. Watson does a good job of it. Now the smoke. OG, they're ready to fight. They run into Fishman, find him right at the start. Immediately caught, but now Watson turns, but the Supernova's down. They don't have enough to catch on to him, and with the static storm gown, good Manta dodge to get away from that stun, but it's not going to save him. Watson still ends up falling. Toby, vacuum wall down, but going to get burned. The pipe barrier keeps him alive. But Taiga there for the finish. 11k gold lead now.
Oh, Taiga?
My god. Trying to find something. Katomi shows up late to the party. Taiga takes some damage. The glimpse to get a little bit of separation, and Taiga backing away, just like on his Pugna last game, will not be brought down.
So much blood, says the Blood Seeker. And yes, indeed. That was disgusting. That was extremely one-sided. Very nice fight there. Great positioning again from Chew and the Egg. Just makes it unplayable there for Watson. And what I really love too is the itemization options that are not available to Entity. Because I'm just looking at Stormstormer and how he's thinking about buying this BKB. And yeah, I get it. You're playing against the Disruptor. You get Static Storm, GG, right? All these random things from the Arc Warden as well that you'd have to deal with. Just being Gleipnired and stuff. Yeah, that's a problem. But it means he just can't buy a Lincoln's. So, like, he's going to get Blink lassoed. He might get Ruptured as well. There's just... You don't have that as a defensive option here. And I mean, maybe you eventually have to get both.
Look at this. They're going to get the root there for a moment on a DM, but he was in perfect position to block out the smoke gank that was coming. So DM, he might be the one that gets caught here, but to be honest, everybody's already TP'd, and now DM trying to escape. Has his TP back off cooldown, but they will be able to run down the Batrider. So... managed to find one kill at the very least. They'll take anything at this point because they're down so much.
Yeah, and of course they just steal their Tormentor as well. So Taiga now going to have the the Thunder Strikes. not what you were hoping for, I don't think. You know, Sunray in Egg or Thunder Strike.
They have their own version of techies now, though. You can lay it on the ground, right?
That's right. We got Spark Wraiths. We got Thunder Strikes. There's just lightning storms about here for OG.
Yeah. My goodness. OG. Looking very good to try and close this game out with a clean 2-0. And at the very least at that point, they'd be setting up for tiebreakers, depending upon their results in that final match that they're going to have tomorrow against the D1 Hustlers. They could even secure themselves not having to play those. But only time will tell, as Entity playing behind Watson.
Yep. They're baiting him out here. It feels like the fights are completely determined on Toby, because I think that OG are just kind of like swarming a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Between like the Bloodseeker, the Batrider, and even like at least one of the two Arc Wardens getting a little bit more involved in the fight. So if they could find a good vacuum, that would be sick. But it's very hard to get into a Blink Dagger on Darkseer these days because all the aura items are just so solid. And they don't really have anyone else that goes in first other than Stormstormer. And as we pointed out, there's a lot of vulnerabilities there because he can't buy a Lincoln's. Right. So I'm not sure how you start a good fight here for Entity. I think you need to wait until OG are pressuring into an objective that you're prepared to defend. And because it's a Radiant side Roche, that is not something they can really set up for, despite having the techies.
Right. No, and yeah, they just get the free Aegis there onto the Bloodseeker. And I mean, I'm also just looking at the way that these fights can go, and I don't think there's going to be an egg that pops in this game. I think Chew gets them all for free. Like, how do you kill this egg for them? There's so many issues. Like, I don't know. It seems very tough. While the double Gleipnir is going to be revealed onto Katomi. Tries to jump away, but the Flux and the burn Chu goes down. Excuse me, not Chu goes down. Chu kills Katomi.
There it is.
That's the one.
Solved.
Wowzers. Wowzers.
Yeah. Oh, Stormer.
Static Storm at the ready. Finds their man. Pushes him actually out of the Static Storm kinetic field combo, but still it's enough for the kill. 17,000 gold lead. An OG pulling together two incredibly solid drafts with who I must say the MVP so far for me is looking like the Zark Warden. It was all...
Yeah, I mean, picked it out. Yeah, it's just been dominant. Like,
God,
took over that mid lane. I mean, Yuragi, surely him just running around and killing both side lanes was all because of BZM, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone on OG, though, just looking super solid. BZM just really helped accelerate things, I would say, with a couple of those quick picks in the mid with the Sprout Wraiths and the Flux. Right when it was like maxed out and it just has such an insane amount of damage compared to the HP pools you're going to see from these heroes rotating in. Like, we saw Fishman just die. Like, he just came mid when he was level 6 and he was just gone.
It's pretty disgusting, to be honest. Zark Gordon hero. Pretty gross.
Yep.
Also, I think got a glimpse there of the magnetic field, the Tempest double version of it, and how strong that one can be with the bonus damage on all of those Manta illusions. Draghi comes on in while they take the Tormentor, and they get a Phoenix Aghanim Shard.
That's a little bit better. All right, do you think Chu will actually finish Shiva's or Scythe?
I think Shiva's.
Yeah, the Shiva's is really good. It's very tempting.
That sounds super sick.
Good versus the PL. Vision as well for like helping to grab these picks for the bat. If people dare leave the base. Ooh, that's a big item though. The Aghanim Scepter for Watson. Something that we've seen a lot of these new Phantom Lancers relying on. Bouncing, creating more. It's good versus BKBs as well, which there's two of them already out here for the Bat Rider and the Bloodseeker, because you can just like now span your lances onto BKB targets anyway.
Right. Sure,
it's like going to do less damage, but you're just creating more illusions, which is what's really important. So could be helpful.
True enough. Yeah, feels like it's something that's pretty needed for them to just sort of hold on at least at all. But this combo, this is just continued to catch Stormer out. Man, the gank train, DM and Taiga, laning buddies, mid game buddies, they're owning it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's just depressing, really. Like he just can't go anywhere on the map.
Oh my God, he's ruptured. He needs to get out of here. Yuragi turns just to battle. Watson, he's not safe in his own base. He's not safe anywhere. Gets chased down. Yuragi there for the finish. Toby wanted to stop it, but there is no stopping this right now. Oh my God, Yuragi is having a hell of a game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
It's a noble effort there. But yeah, the GOAT Bloodseeker, it would seem, of this season. Mr. Agi on the Agi heroes. Needs to go heal up a little bit on this camp. A little bit of munching and crunching. Oh, getting all the neutrals for the squad. Handing out some tokens here as they go high ground.
I mean, they have Blitz.
And he grabs a sliver.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and a headband for the bat. Well, good. In case DM was having some problems.
Yeah, it's looking like this one might be just about curtains. There's the headband connection. As they bring the Pugna down. All it takes is a moment. OG feeling good about themselves as they are bullying Entity right now. Complete and total catastrophe. They are going to start spamming out some of these lances. And OG respecting the PL high ground. Back away.
Build the purple wall, Toby. Build the wall.
That's not...
Well, you know, with the Surge. Not with the wall of replica.
No. Didn't have
He makes two walls now.
True. God.
What? It's not very intimidating, is it?
No. No, it's not. It is a tough game for them right now on the side of Entity. Figuring out where they need to go.
Just need this Phantom Lancer to get really big. Really, really, really big.
Big Lancer. And, long extended fights, draining out mana, that might be another thing that they could look towards. But they won't even have the Surge save now. Yuragi has Nullifier done.
Dude, Shoot did it. He went Scythe.
Oh, what a gamer.
Still away from the Shivas. I mean, Stormstorm's having such a horrendous game already. He's lower than said Phoenix, and he might get Scythed here if the Courier hurries up.
Lasso again
Dude.
on the Stormer with the Static Storm down. The control,
There it is.
the Hex, the damage, the wall does not connect in the way they needed to. And oh man, third time's the charm, taking down Stormer with that combo. He's gonna buy back and hope to make something else happen here, but BZM pushing in these waves, taking down some buildings. An Entity, no solution. PL still dead for 30 seconds. Taiga looking, finding Toby in trouble. Glimpse pulls him back in. Kinetic field down. The Tempest double dies, but so too will Toby. Dead for 50. GG is called. OG. They close it out 2-0. Unreal.
Yeah, I can just look at moments through this game for everyone on OG. In terms of just like fantastic plays. I think Taiga was so in sync with DM. From these lassos into the Static Storms, they made it look so simple. This was like less of a glimpse disruptor and more of just a Static Storm, like guaranteeing these kills, getting this lockdown,